What's up, everybody? It's Bree Specific, and I'm here for a very special conversation. We're talking about music, we talking about Chicago, we talking about friendships, community, all of that. I think it's very much so needed in the climate of hip hop and the climate of Chicago music that we have going on today. So I'm here with Recoechi. How you feeling?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. You know, I'm chilling. And the legendary Csick.
Thank you, appreciate it.
How you feeling?
I'm good.
You good? You cool?
Yeah,
you know, we don't get too many, Chicago producers that want to do interviews, so I appreciate it.
I appreciate you for having me.
Definitely appreciate it. And I just hearing y'all story and just like seeing y'all grow together. I've been on Recoe for a long time. Csick, of course, I've been following you for a while, and I just love like seeing y'all camaraderie. And not only what y'all doing in music, but what y'all doing in the communities as well. And I like the story about how y'all met, so go ahead, just let everybody know. How did y'all get in tune with each other?
I gotta refresh my memory.
I could tell the story. So, Jaleel connected us. Jaleel had the contact. So, my manager, Jaleel, he gave me his number at first to hit him up about, some beats and shit. But Csick was like, he gave me the rundown. Yeah, you a good artist, you know what I'm saying? But here go the price right here. And me at the time, I'm broke as hell, so he talking about $300 for a lease. It was like $250, $300. I'm like, okay, just send me the ones with the tag on it. I'm gonna work with that. But that ain't even like where the relationship really started. The relationship started, I say we'll be hooping. We'd hoop sometimes together, just you and stuff. But I feel like where it really was solidified was when 2020, it was like it was a loot, the loot. Everybody was fucking up the stores out south and stuff. So I took it upon myself. I'm like, man, I live outside. 87th Street look crazy. 87th to Stony and East End, that's look crazy. So I would just start. They fucked up with black businesses, all that. So I posted on my page like, we out here to do a cleanup. If y'all want to come out here, help out, walk the band, come out here. And people came out there, started cleaning up with me. He linked up with me on 75th and Stony and was helping me clean over there. Brittany Carter, who else was out there? It was a couple artists out there. It was a lot of artists out there. It was a lot of artists, but it was some people out there. But that's what I feel like. And then we went from there and then went to the protest where the people was protesting. But that barber that got shot on 71st and 71st and Jeffrey, that barber that got shot, the big mural of him. And then we walked over there and saw the protest, you know what I'm saying? Just sitting there in the protest.
Just all same day?
Same day.
Oh, okay. Like, man, that's a long day, okay.
That was a long day, G. But that was one day.
It's like we got a whole perspective on how, I don't know, we had so many like different patches here and there, cause at one point I did start making like my hoodies, my Eastside hoodies, and I know he wanted one. And I really got to puzzle everything together, honestly.
That was right after
Was it after?
That was after. Cause I shot my video for
That's crazy, cause I had stumbled across your music randomly. I don't even know how it came up to, and then I had shared it with DJ L, cause me and L, we always like see like who's up next, who got it, blah blah. And so
matter of fact, that was before 2019. That was 2019. I bought the sweater.
Yeah. And we had mutual friends. She had pulled up a lot of things. I just got
good. Yeah, that was it right there.
So would y'all say y'all really like locked in during the pandemic with like the protests and the looting? Or
no, I still feel like we locked in. I say like a year after. Csick called me randomly. He just called me randomly like, man, I fuck with your sound for real. I want to help you. Get to the next level, give you some beats or whatever, you do your thing, put a little project together with you. Cause I told him I rocked with what Eastside Collection was. That's what started everything. I loved Eastside Collection. He had cause I really represent the Eastside. He had all the Eastside staples on there, the Regal Theater, Moore and Oink, the mosque right there.
It was a Moore and Oink on the East Side?
Yeah, right there on Stony.
I thought the only Moore and Oink was out west.
Nah,
it's on Stony.
That's crazy.
70.
I'm really from out west.
Yeah,
I never knew that.
Yeah, you correct.
The trenches.
They took it down, though.
They took it down. Thank God they took it down.
Taurus.
Nasty ass place. But anyways.
So Csick, tell us about Eastside Collection.
Yeah, the Eastside Collection, it was just an idea. It's something that I always wanted to do. I wanted to do it through just fashion. And I just started with like t-shirts and hoodies. And it's something that I just wanted to embrace. I just want to embrace the side I grew up in. I wanted to show that we have history. I just wanted to put like a stamp on it. And very influenced by the environment I grew up in. That's where I learned how to make juke tracks. That's where I seen like all this Chicago culture. And as I got older, I learned more about my black side, Chicago black history. So just, you know, just trying to put everything together, and just from like conversations with people that I had in the neighborhood, or whether it's parents or whoever, you know, barbershop talk, whatever. So I had like landmarks, like he had mentioned, the mosque, just, it could be food joints, like tourist flavors. I wanted to put like Italian, just stuff that represents our area. I even had the train. Sometimes I had to like create a whole logo for it, because there's no logo to represent the train track that like kind of like runs the east side through like Exchange or whatnot. So it's just something that I just want to feel like, I don't know, just like embodying and embracing my community, and then just see what happens. So that was just that. It was just an idea. I like to be creative in all aspects, and it just meant a lot for people to like actually like want to, you know, wear it or not. So that's how I met Recoe. I mean, I forgot her name, man, but she had, because my mom, she lived on 81st and Jeffrey, and she had, and his friend had pulled up, and typically a lot of people be seeing me. I could be like raking the leaves, I could just be like helping my mom, like mowing the lawn or whatever. And they be stopping right there on 81st and Jeffrey, like, hey, she said, what up? And then, but I forgot her name, man, but we know like the same people in the area or whatnot, and she's like, yeah, she's like, my homie Recoe, he's shooting a video, he would love to rock this your hoodie or whatever. I'm like, he's like, you got a size M or L or whatever? I'm like, yeah, I got something at the crib right now. And so I think that's how it all came about, as far as like, I don't know if it was before our, you know, our production, but I know that was like one, it was.
We didn't start working on music till 2021.
Oh, that's not even that long ago, for real.
Yeah.
So what was it that made y'all want to link on the music tip, especially do an entire project together?
Well, I heard his talent. Like I said, I don't remember how I stumbled across this video. He had this one song, I think it's called, was it Fall or Luminary?
It was Fall.
Luminary. And I think it's L who introduced me. I don't know what it was, honestly, but we was like, man, this is amazing.
Yeah, L sent you the stuff.
Yeah.
No.
It was somebody.
It was Jaleel. Jaleel got us in contact, but you didn't really pay attention.
Right, damn. Shout out to Jaleel.
I love how we're connecting all these dots here.
Jaleel. And I'm like, man, this is amazing, whatnot. And it's like, damn, nobody's like really like, you know, basically taking him by, you know, under the arm type shit, and just like, damn, showing him love, or like at least giving him beats or whatever. So I felt like, man, I guess not. I just gotta step up and do what I gotta do as a producer. And if you recognize talent, you just have to, like, I guess, do your deeds and just do what's right. And that's how it all came about. Like, okay, I had an interest as far as like music, but then I'm like, okay, aside from the music, who is he as a person? And that's when the basketball and the let's do the stuff that we'll do, like, on a regular basis. Because I don't even mess with people that, like, I don't care how talented you are. On the personal side, you gotta be like up there with me. And what I mean by that is like positivity and all that stuff.
Be a good person.
Exactly, because it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot that comes with it. So the best way to connect, I connect 90% of my friends through basketball, or like, you know, simple things like that. I don't want to meet nobody at no club, because everybody different. You know, when the parties, everybody all happy and joyful, because everybody having a good time. We under the influence. All that is like, it's not the real you. So it's like, man, you really could have like a real brotherhood, like, or a conversation just through hooping and just whatever. So that's what it was, at least, to make a long story short.
Just really getting to know him as a person.
Yeah, and had a lot in common. I love his energy. I love who we represent. And we had great conversations on and off studio times, or just on the phone. And I really embrace and love what we had to share.
How was that for you when you locked in with Csick?
Man, when he said he was locked in on music, because at first, you know, he just sent me the beats with, like I said, with the tags on there already. So it was like, he just rock with you like that, you know what I'm saying? All right, here you go, just get out my face. So, but I show him the music. He'll rock with it though. He'll rock with it. And then for a while though, it was like we wasn't doing no music. Cause I think it was like wintertime. It wasn't really nobody. Wasn't really doing shit. Niggas wasn't hooping or none of that. So it was like we kind of like fell off from each other. Like he went to his own world. I was in my own world. Then he hit me one day and it was like spring. He was like, man, he just wanted to work. And then we found out we stayed right around the corner from each other. Like literally right around the corner. So I just go to his crib and that's when we started. And I was excited as hell because I'm like, man, I used to rap over his beats when I was in high school. The songs he had with her. We used to freestyle over them joints. Even the joint he got with Logic that we get high, we used to freestyle over that joint all day in high school. So it was like full circle.
That's what's up. So I know you said in one of your songs that y'all like the new Snoop and Dre. I like that for y'all. Love that for you. So what do y'all feel like sets your music apart from everything else that we hearing coming out the city, or even just coming out of hip hop right now?
I can answer. Well, for me, it's like it's purity. Truthfully, like when me and C be making music, it don't be no motherfucker walking apart. We don't be like. It be like we be but at odds sometimes. Like he be wanting certain hooks and stuff, and I'm like, nah, man, we gotta start building. Like we be at odds sometimes, but we see like at the end of the day, what's truly missing in the hip hop of Chicago is just a regular story from a regular everyday person. Everybody coming to game these days, like industry plans. Everybody coming to joint with chains, whatever the case may be, in the same subjects, the same subject matter. And it's like, man, when I step back and I look at Chicago, I can't recall just rappers being that involved in the community and involving it in their music. I just feel like the sound is pure. People not telling their stories no more. Hip hop has strayed away from what made it, telling your story. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why people even connected to like the music that we make, because folks make the beats crazy. And then, but people hear the story and then they meet me and then they learn my story and then it becomes this pure thing, like a match made in heaven to people. They be like, damn, bro, you like, it's sometimes for like people be like, you know, you like the hood J. Cole of Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Because that's why I get a lot. That's why I get compared to a lot. But I feel like we bring that breath of fresh air. Like, man, here goes somebody that you can grow with, like evolve with the artist. You with them at the beginning and they pure telling their story, you know what I'm saying? Evolve with that artist, see where it takes it. You wanna invest into artists that invest back into the community, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what's different. People see that shit real and ain't no gimmicks with me in the music hall. So
I feel like a lot of people, of course, you're gonna have the gimmicks, we're gonna have people that gonna ride the wave that's hot right now coming out the city, but a lot of people don't have like a mission to their music. And listening to most of your songs or just seeing you evolve over the years, I feel like you've always made your mission clear.
Yeah. And it's like, it's like making the message clear, making it clear to people that, man, we making music that's gonna heal. We not making music to destroy no more. Like, we understand we come from that world, but that's the only energy we know how to transmute. You know what I'm saying? We all know what's going on with the music industry, how they trying to monetize off our trauma. We all know that. So why are we still putting out the same shit? Everybody is in a cycle. That's why he even said himself, like, man, he been uninspired from hip hop because it ain't no soul feeling no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel detached from artists, you know, versus how my favorite ones when I was coming up, I was attached to them for a certain reason. It was stories being told. So that's what my music is. We getting back to the stories, you know.
I really don't like asking this question, but I do want to ask Csick, like, how do you feel like we changed that narrative from like a production standpoint, like being a producer, being in the game, and actually still being in Chicago? Because I know a lot of producers of your caliber probably we get on and we leave. So you're here, you see what's going on. So how do you feel like we changed that narrative of like putting out more refreshing music, telling more original stories?
Well, at the end of the day, you just want to do what's true to yourself. It gotta be genuine. It gotta be something that we want to do, that we actually want to do, and that we care about. So Recoe is a prime example of somebody who cares, and he showed himself. And he takes every day a step forward in achieving those things. So you gotta have people like Recoe. You know, some people could say they want to help, but then they don't really be about it for real. It just sounds good, but you got people like him, it's like, man, this you ain't really gotta say too much. He shows it. Your action speaks for itself. So, so that's one thing. And then I don't know if I answered your question because you mentioned about production. Production-wise, I mean, the sound just has to be, I don't know, a little bit more, I guess, less dark. It could be a little bit more joyful, a little bit more soulful, a little bit more something that you know when you go to church, you can feel those chords. Mm-hmm. You know, it touches you, and I think that needs to be in there. Like, I don't think it has to be so dark, like in the drill sound or so aggressive. I feel like people. That was great about sampling, at least on the production side. You can incorporate like not just soul, but like R&B. So we need love, and as far as like it's integrated into the music, then I think that will help. There's a reason why people feel some type of way when they hear like Afro beats or Amapiano or R&B. You feel it.
You feel it, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just 808. Like, you could have the 808, but on top of something like positive and uplifting. So that's, I mean, production-wise, I would say that. Yeah, and then it just has to be like real chemistry. And with beats and lyricism.
Y'all think it's difficult being the type of artist that y'all are?
Man.
Difficult?
We were just talking about this the other day.
As far as like getting ahead and like, cause I hear it all the time, and I was listening to Slip Away, and I know you mentioned how like the media, like y'all support, we pretty much support like what everybody else thinks is hot, and I know working with some of the platforms I work with, that's always a conversation. Like we always fighting to be like, yeah, let's support the Recoe, let's support the Heavy Crowns, and it's like we always kind of fighting to put y'all in that spot. Do you think that it's difficult for y'all to like make it through?
Hell, it is difficult, but I'll say it's difficult here. It's difficult, and when I say here, I mean Chicago. It's difficult in Chicago due to this. I'll just give you one situation. If you got two girls from the same hood, well, not from the same hood, but opposing hoods beefing with each other in real life, and they people's really dying from this shit, and you take that girl, one of those girls, bring them up on an interview to talk about the beef, to diss this girl, to escalate that shit. Next day, you bring the other girl up that's she beefing with, bring her up to have an interview, talk about the shit, respond to what she said, the other girl said yesterday. That's what the fuck we on. That's why it's hard to get heard. That shit is retarded. And I ain't even gonna say the platform it was.
You ain't got to.
I'm not. But that was the stupidest shit I heard. It made me so mad because it's like, why is you making these women beef with each other like this?
I think I just was having actually I did a live stream last week with Mark. He's like a award-winning journalist, hip hop music journalist in Chicago. And he was saying that there's nothing behind it for real. But a lot of people don't know these stories. They don't know that people are really dying because these girls are beefing and they run with certain groups and certain whoever they run with, and they taking it to heart. And like people are really dying behind it. I feel like those are not the stories that's being told. It's just like, oh, they beefing. Let me see what she said about this person that day, or let me see about what artist was supporting this person and not supporting the other artist. Like they don't get deeper into it. And we need to not amplify the story, but just amplify like the actual Chicago part of it. Like it's really people behind it that's not here no more. Over what?
Come on, talk that. And that's what I mean. You think of it like this: they don't want them to, like at the end of the day, them girls walking away from that interview and they got trauma. You know what I'm saying? Period. And what are they doing? They monetizing off the trauma. Hey, y'all, even though y'all beef for real life, people dying from this shit, we want y'all to talk about it on
But that still doesn't heal you.
Exactly. So our music is essentially would be in the lane of healing, would be in the lane of, we inspiring shorties. I had a shorty come up to me after the open mic with cuts on his wrist, like cuts right here. They was fresh. I told him to come to the studio the next day. Like, you make sure you come here, he got my number, all that, because I inspire him. He rapping my words verbatim. What Nip say? He rapped what Nip say verbatim. I performed at the open mic, Social Works open mic, verbatim, all the words. Come up to me like, man, how do you do this? What the bam? I showed him my situation. I've been through that too. I showed him mine. He showed me his, and he started crying. He's like, man, I'm like, come to the studio, bro. And I made a song with him and shit. But that's what my music doing off what I'm speaking about too. Like, we healing the short, we giving them hope. And it's like the radio stations and shit. That's why I talk about, you know, they don't want us to heal no more. They don't want us to build. Artist development is not even a thing anymore. You know, you either got it or you don't. Use your song hot. If it ain't, get the fuck up out of here. Artist development ain't even a thing. Who knows? 5 years from now, we be looking at this interview like, damn.
Sometimes it's like they just throwing artists in the fire. We just gonna see what you gonna do.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, then okay, we'll shelve you. You can't make music, but we gonna give this other person that went crazy on TikTok. We just gonna see what he gonna do now.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It's tough.
Oh, it's tough being an artist. I'm glad I don't make music.
It's divine timing though. Like divine timing is a real thing.
Business, though.
No, serious. But on a more lighter note, you've been doing your shit. Sway in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, you got interviews after this. You've been in the community. I did want to ask, like, have you ever tried to reach out to like other mainstream artists to like come and help y'all the things that y'all do in the community?
Honestly, no. I haven't. Well, yeah, I haven't, because at the end of the day, it's like I want to see what role they would play. I have to see what role they would even play before I go ask them, because I work with Healthy Hood. We have all the young revolutionaries that we damn near don't need nobody to do anything but just to put light on what's going on here. The hood method, where people are applying for groceries to be delivered to their door for 8 families. This is one person getting all this food. Then we got the housing thing where people could come get housed if you're struggling in this community. We got the curriculum we teaching to the young revolutionaries ages 16 through 24, where we teaching them the art of discovery. It's a curriculum where we teach the young shorties how to become their own business. This is how you become an entrepreneur. These are the licenses and things that you need.
I heard y'all got church in Healthy Hood too.
Sunday service is the main thing that pull everybody in.
Through one Sunday.
Sunday service is what actually got me in, because it's like, I had talked about a story. I got my cousin tattooed under my eye. I talked about the story in depth, and I remembered that day like it was yesterday, because, man, when I posted that, I haven't talked to my cousin mama in so long. She called me about the situation, and we had a long talk after 2 years, because my cousin was my right hand man. But that place pulled that out of me. I didn't even know I was trying. Like, they let me speak about it. I didn't even know I needed to talk about it like that, because I just numbed it. It was like, man, cousins want me to go hard for the music. You know what I'm saying? But we don't, as artists, all we need for people in general, if you an influencer at all, just to shed light on this thing. That's all. Shed your light on this thing. Come walk your 2 feet in this place and see how we working with children and how we heal in the community. It's real life, some young revolutionary shit going on. We do the free we did the free food giveaway. We just giving away food for 2 hours. Like, it's so much stuff going on, so many healing programs going on, and it's like, it's not enough light being shed on it.
We definitely need more programs to focus on healing for sure. For sure, I love that. So I know you dropped Slip Away. That's the last thing you dropped?
That's the last thing I put out.
So we got something coming?
Yeah, we got something coming.
What we got coming?
So, these upcoming months we got...
I need the exclusives.
Yeah, the exclusives is, just be on the lookout for September. We got the album, Eastside Collection's Volume 1, Flavors, coming out. And by flavors, you know, this being the Volume 1, flavors, the first thing, the metaphor of it is like, man, we have to, before we come in and try to be authoritative and shit with our community, we gotta come and detox it first. So flavors, meaning like different styles, of course, from Recoe too, because people just know me from rapping on hard beats shit with C, just barring up and stuff. But this time we gonna show the diversity of the sound. We gonna show we do got range in this motherfucker. So flavors, you know, I'm really happy to get it to people that, man, because people been waiting on the project for me for a long time. Like everything I'm doing right now is off of 5 singles and just feet on the ground, moving, networking, like. But now it's time to drop that body of work to tell my story, where I'm from and stuff.
What makes y'all feel like it's time to drop now?
Man, I can answer that. Man,
Captain.
No, you know, real talk. Man, life be happening, you know, and I feel like we were supposed to drop it last year, but it was a lot of stuff, a lot of loopholes I had hit myself, and I feel like just a lot of the dots weren't connected as far as how the rollout would be and things of this nature. Now it's like this year, it's like the momentum is there. the work, the music is complete. The music sounds great. It was never a music thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the music gonna be good. It's just, well, in fact, no, it was a music thing at first. He wanted certain tracks, and I'm like, you know, let me just, like, I was telling Grizz, like let's build with the people first. Like, let's build first. You know, like, let's really build a solid foundation, just having our face out here on a consistent basis. Then come with a project, just so people have stuff to play. Fuck trying to chase a single. We can work on that. The more we shoot in the gym, the more we got the chance of making that track. But the moment we stop and not put out what we got already, it's like we fucking up almost. So we had to get like the rollout really together. Who he's connected with. Even when John Monopoly came in and he heard my music, way back in December, DJ L sent him my music and he heard it. It was like, man, this shit is crazy. That really gave us that push. Like, all right, now we really cooking up something and people are paying attention. And when Sway happened, it's like, yeah, we gonna make sure this project is polished and we put this out with the momentum. Cause even Sway be hitting me like, man, what's going on? Like,
how did that come about, you being on Sway?
Him and John go way back. So, John hit him like, man, I got an artist and I really feel like he should be on the show and stuff. He's ready. I be telling John all the time, like, man, I'm ready. Like, whatever freestyles we gonna do, let me know. I'm ready. I got them bitches on. So he was like, man, we could do the major thing. He hit me back. He hit me and Jaleel in the chat. I was like, man, we might have to go to New York, fellas. Sway said he's down. He sent us the screenshot and stuff, and that was crazy. I love Sway. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching Sway since I was shorty. So when I seen that shit, I'm like, yeah, money time. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't even shout out my manager on the interview. I got to work on my shout outs. You know what I'm saying? He was right in front of me.
We can put him in the credits.
Yeah. I'm talking about on the Sway interview. That has people mad at me, G. I got to work on that. You know, I'm gonna have to listen next time. But yeah,
it's cool. That's what media training is for.
Yeah.
That's good.
But Sway definitely, he be hitting me like, man, he watching me. He waiting for the music.
That's what's up. I'm excited for y'all. Are y'all excited for the project?
Man, I'm ecstatic. You know, my boy, he not like.
See, you just so like.
He just see.
We working.
Yeah, we working. He's so humble, he can't help himself. He be acting like he don't have plaques and everything. He be walking around like he regular. Let's see. This is why we like kind of connected, because this is. He's one producer that ain't got. It's no ego. Like, you run into artists with ego and all this shit. The most down-to-earth person is this man. You know what I'm saying? For the accolades and things that he's done, it's like, for him to take a chance with a motherfucker, that's deep. You know, niggas will hear you, niggas have heard me for years, bro. People heard me before Csick. He was the one that took it upon himself to like, yo, come on, I'm finna help you craft this thing. We gonna mold this motherfucker, we gonna put this shit out. He did that. He didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? So, that was love. That's why I'm like, I already know how he get down.
You crying?
Yeah.
No, he took it real shit though.
No, it's dope because the way hip hop is, like, you don't really get to get your flowers a lot unless you in your 60s and you still here, or you not here no more. Yeah. So it's like, for y'all to be here and y'all genuinely have that connection, and you just open with giving him his flowers. Like,
he playing, right? He gonna cry for real.
I don't know, he turned red.
Grizz, what you got going on?
He turned red back, I don't know.
Tighten up, nigga, tighten up.
He's talking about, yeah, but no, I really appreciate moments like this between like men, period. Yeah. So yeah, I love that. Keep enjoying, keep growing, keep working with each other. I'm excited to see what y'all about to do.
Yeah.
For real. So before we get up out of here, just let everybody know where they can find you, when the project dropping, if you want to drop an exclusive, if y'all got a date, y'all could do it on my platform. I would appreciate it. We're gonna bring y'all back though.
No. Nah, not yet. Stay tuned. Hey, Josh said stay tuned. No, but what's up, y'all? Y'all can find me everywhere. Recoechi, Recoechi. My first project that I'm dropping, I'm not calling it an album. It's not an album. It's my first project, my first body of work. And I want that to be known. But we about to dive into these stories. We about to chop up the hip hop game. We about to come back and put purity back into the consciousness of the people that walk the earth on a regular day basis. This ain't for no motherfucking industry shit, none of that. we really touching the people with this project, and I need my peoples to support this genre. You know, I just want to be like, man, my community put me on stages. That's what I want to say. I want to say that. I don't want to say I went to New York, came back, now people fucking with me and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I've been here. You know what I'm saying? But neither here nor there. That album coming, Eastside Collection's Value 1 Flavors, produced by him, Csick, and Recoe. You know what I'm saying? So, we here.
Csick, you got some
Y'all
parting
heard it,
words?
man. This the man of the hour. this is time. This the new generation of hip hop, Chicago. Forgive me, it's about him right now. It really is. Follow him, Recoechi, all social, all that stuff.
Yes, make sure y'all get in tune. Recoechi, Csick, is Bree Specific.
Appreciate you, Bree.
Shout out to the Dirty
y'all.
Family, the Healthy Hood family. And
Yeah,
my
shout out to
family.
Healthy
And
Hood. Y'all
Ashley.
be
Hey,
doing what y'all
Ashley. Hey,
supposed to
John?
do.
What's up, John? You know what I'm saying? Brazil.